Hello and welcome to Fossil Arcade. This video is a small update to a previous discussion Alex and I had last year about F-Zero AX. We were both lucky enough to play an actual F-Zero AX arcade cabinet in the Heart of Gaming arcade in Croydon, London. And we had a great time, didn't we?
Yeah, it was amazing. Made you feel sick, but it was really good.
One thing we weren't able to do though was try out the arcade to Gamecube memory card functionality. It's actually possible to take your memory card from your copy of F-Zero GX at home and place it into the arcade machine and unlock some extra tracks and extra vehicles, but unfortunately the memory card slot at Heart of Gaming wasn't working. It had been broken by a previous owner, blah blah blah. All of that's covered in the previous discussion, but thankfully for us, the wonderful people at Heart of Gaming have prepared the memory card slot. So I went back with a friend of ours, Ben, who actually composes all the original music that you hear on Fossil Arcade. So he and I went down there and we were actually able to perform the task of unlocking some of that stuff.
Cool.
So we've got the results here on our home version of F-Zero GX. So do you want to just pop through and have a look at what we got? It's important to note that because the arcade machine at Heart of Gaming is Japanese, this only works for Japanese copies of F-Zero GX. So, you know, that's kind of a barrier to entry for a lot of people, but that's what we've got, so that's what we're working with. When you race on the arcade machine, whichever driver you pick will unlock to take home, providing that you complete that race. So even if you place last, as long as you complete the race, you'll get the driver, and you also get given some tickets which you can use in this F-Zero GX shop to unlock them. So any of these which just says new, you can just press on them now and it'll just unlock for us to use at home. So just be able to just go through them all and we'll just unlock them all.
Great.
In terms of the tracks, you can only unlock those if you come first in the arcade game. And Ben and I tried very hard, but we're only
That's
able...
not easy.
Yeah, we came first on one track. So if you go to, I think it's items on this menu, you can unlock the one track we got. So we're just going to play through it again now and just, you know, show off what you get when you go through this process.
It's such a good idea though, isn't it, that you can play an arcade machine and take part of it home with you.
There you go, AX Cup.
So it should only have the one track in.
It will, unfortunately. I'd like to have more.
So is there 5 tracks?
There's 5 tracks that are exclusive to the arcade game. We've got one of them. Maybe I'll go back in future and get some more.
And then I can use one of these newbies.
Any of these newbies, yeah, that are from, you know, the arcade experience.
I saw one guy that, there you go, sort of pale.
Oh, you like this spade?
Yeah, give me a go. Oh.
Do you still like him?
Yeah, even more I think.
So yeah, it is really difficult to complete these courses in the arcade game. The arcade game itself, AX, has separate physics parameters to GX. It's a lot more difficult. Yeah, there's all that going on. Ben really enjoyed it as well, so we did have a great time. It's just not so easy to get those courses. You have to practice a lot to do it. But luckily, yeah, all you got to do is complete the race as the driver, and you get the driver. So it was relatively easy to get all 10 because the arcade machine at Heart of Gaming is free to play. As long as you pay the entry fee, which is £10, you can then play any arcade machine in there as much as you like. How does this compare to your memory of playing it?
I feel like I can remember this track, but I remember bouncing off the walls. But I guess the difference is it's so different not having the
swaying,
the tilting,
yes.
Which now you come to play it actually is such a big part of the experience, which would really make me recommend the arcade machine.
Yeah, if you can get down to Croydon at any point, you know, if you live in the UK, or if you can find an AX machine somewhere near you, even though they are rare, it's definitely worth it, especially if that memory card slot is still functioning.
But what I do think this is really, really good for is practicing the arcade. So I can see
kind of like you can only practice these tracks if you already mastered the arcade game.
Yeah, you've got a good point. I suppose you could maybe practice the ships and the racers.
Yeah, I mean the game itself, GX, is pretty difficult on its own, so there's lots of opportunities to get good at the game before you go out to the arcade. It's just whether or not you can manage to transfer your skills from a GameCube controller to that whole setup they've got there.
So different. But yeah, you make a good point. If you come first in the track, you
don't need anymore. Impressive new record though.
Well,
so yeah. So that's the update. I mean, if you want to hear more about F-Zero AX and you're only watching this video, do go back and watch the previous discussion. It's much longer. We review the whole arcade experience.
And if you can have access to an AX arcade machine, 100% give it a go. It's a really fun experience.
Yeah, it's just a shame that it's Japanese only, but you know, at least we've been able to show it for anybody who was interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon.